having a gun in a dream. So I started off, but let me reread what I already read. SpiritualRadar.com, dream, holding a gun. Interpretation, when you dream about holding a gun, it often signifies a feeling of power or control in your waking life. It can indicate that you're ready to take charge of a situation or assert your authority. Spiritual meaning. On a spiritual level, this dream may suggest that you are becoming aware of your inner strength and ability to overcome challenges. It could be a sign that you're on a path towards personal growth and self-realization. That's the most positive way of looking at it. Dreamspiritual.org says that it could be hidden fears. Guns can be intimidating even for the bravest of us. So it's only natural to feel a sense of fear when such a weapon is directed at you, regardless of who the shooter is. Dreaming of guns can be a sign of feeling threatened or vulnerable. It can be quite a frightening experience. And it is important to remember that it is a normal and natural part of the human experience. It may be a reflection of a current issue in your life that is causing you to feel unsafe or uncomfortable, or it may reflect a past experience that is still lingering in your subconscious mind. It is important to take this time to reflect on the feelings that arise when you have these dreams and to consider what they may be communicating to you about your current life circumstances. Reflecting on what might be causing these feelings will help you focus on ways to bring more peace and security into your life. Perhaps there is something you can do to lessen the intensity of the situation or to feel more in control. Yeah, because so in the dream I was like holding a gun and there was another person who I don't know who was, and they were more comfortable with the gun and their finger was closer to the trigger. And mine, I was like making sure that I wasn't touching the trigger because I was like nervous about it. So I don't own a gun. I've never shot a gun. So that's why it's an interesting dream for me. Number 2, it could mean danger. Dreaming about guns or other weapons can be a sign that you need to be cautious in your life. It can be a warning of possible dangers ahead and a reminder to be mindful of your decisions and actions. This could be a literal or figurative danger, like exposure to an unhealthy relationship or environment. If you are having trouble with a coworker or friend, it may be a warning that you must look out for yourself at work. And if you're struggling financially, it may be telling you that you need to make changes to avoid a financial mess. This dream may also be a sign that you are feeling powerless in a certain situation and need to take extra measures to protect yourself. The dream tells you it is a time to stand up for yourself and be assertive to protect your well-being. Now, these could all be, there's morsels from each of these that resonate with me. This dream, I already said that part. So AuntyFlow.com, shout out to Auntie Flow. I know that means getting a period, but it's also a website, AuntyFlow.com, says, what gun did you see in your dreams? Auntie Flow gets into the gangster part of it. You may or may not know the gun used in your dream. There are many different types of guns that can appear in your dream. Each type of gun has a slightly different meaning, and each gun is used for a different purpose. As I have already said, guns can be used for protection, hunting, or even ritualistic purposes, but spiritually, this is about different cultures having different beliefs about targets in your life. I want to share each type of gun's spiritual significance. In some cultures, guns are seen as symbols of power and strength, while in others, they are seen as symbols of peace and protection. We all know that guns have been used for centuries, and their spiritual meanings have changed over time. So I went ahead and I know my gun that I saw in my dream wasn't a shotgun or a rifle, but I wanted to, just in case you had that kind of dream. So if you saw a pistol, I am sure you know that a pistol is a small handheld gun. It is typically used for self-defense or as a secondary weapon. Pistols are often seen as symbols of power and strength in dreams. If you hold a pistol, it is spiritually about the little steps in life. So I'm not sure if mine was a pistol or not. It may have felt a little bigger. A rifle. As the rifle is a long-barreled gun that is fired from the shoulder, it is about taking the time to learn your goals in dreams. Rifles are often used for hunting or warfare. Ask yourself, what are you hunting? What do you want to gain in life? Okay, what if you saw a shotgun? The shotgun is a large handheld gun that fires a spray of pellets. Shotguns are, again, as I have said before, used for hunting or self-defense. They are seen as symbols of peace and protection in many different cultures, and the dream of a shotgun can mean peace might enter your life in the coming weeks. A machine gun. Kelly. This rapid-firing, large-caliber gun appears in dreams when things seem crazy. Machine guns are typically used in warfare. They are seen as symbols of quick action in order to meet the targets that you set in life. I don't know if mine was a machine gun, or maybe. Toy guns in your dreams. Toy guns may symbolize feeling of powerlessness or childhood innocence if you dream of a toy gun. This dream could also represent a repressed anger or aggression from what I feel is childhood experiences. In other words, the dream could be a metaphor for putting your ideas and plans into action. A toy gun pointing at you in a dream could represent feeling threatened or helpless. In your dream, you may also see a toy gun as a sign that you are not taking things or taking something seriously enough. Other guns. A number of interpretations can be made of the dream meaning of seeing other types of guns that have not been listed here. To live a healthy and happy life, we must balance the different aspects of our personalities. Some machine guns, for instance, represent our more extroverted side, whereas sniper rifles represent our more introspective sides. Imagine that's all you dream about is guns. That's got to be something else. Our more aggressive side is represented by the assault rifle, while our more passive side is represented by the AK-47. Our ability to take action in the world and make things happen is embodied by lever action rifles. We all deal with different aspects of the human condition at some point. For example, the sniper rifle represents death, while the submachine gun represents life. The assault rifle represents war, while the 47 represents peace. And finally, wait, I already said that one. Sorry. No matter how you interpret the spiritual meaning of these guns, one thing is for sure, they all represent a part of who we are and what we need to do in order to live a fulfilling and happy life. Take all this with a grain of salt. So next time you see one of the guns in your dreams, take a moment to think about what it represents and how you can use its energy to help you achieve. What does it mean to dream of holding a gun? So who is holding a gun? You or someone else? I believe a dream of you holding a gun can represent feelings of power, aggression, or control. In addition, it can indicate the need for security or protection. It may also indicate that you are feeling threatened or vulnerable in some way. You may be having a dream about an armed situation or issue in your life. Seeing someone else holding a gun indicates that you may deal with someone that is powerful, aggressive, or in control. Security or protection may also be indicated. A similar dream may indicate some form of vulnerability or threat, and I feel that holding a gun is about holding your goals in your own hands. That is a great dream to have. You're holding the mechanism to change for the better. So Ani Flo sounds like she's pro-gun, which I don't think that's what she means. You know, she's just looking on the positive side. And this is for people who don't really know much about guns, so she's just saying what they could represent. That's why some of it did resonate with me when I was doing the research and going through it. So I don't know. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we'll be right back with news, anxiety news.